Welcome to Thronecast, What about the smoking ban? You're flouting it! Have you no respect for rules and regulations? So that was episode 5, The Ghost of Harrenhal, and coming up we're going to have a history lesson about the frozen lands to the north. Wrap up warm. Actually, don't bother, it's just a dry kind of cold. Also, Annabelle Port is going to be here. She has been trawling the internet and she's going to bring us the head of another contender for Game of Thrones superfan. And speaking of the internet, from fansite westeros.org, Elio and Linda will be here. They've seen some dark things. Some dark things. You can see behind their eyes. Oh, and this is exciting. We got another exclusive interview. This week it's with Gemma Whelan, who plays Yara Greyjoy in the show, which is very exciting for me because she is the star of what is possibly, although not definitely, my favourite ever incest on horseback scene in the whole of television history. Now, who or what are wildlings and White Walkers? And what's their problem? Kellyanne Smith defrosts it all for us.
The Night's Watch will ride in force against the wildlings, the White Walkers, and whatever else is out there.
Welcome to the frozen north, the land beyond the wall. Who are the wildlings? Well, they're only called that south of the wall. North of the wall, they're known as the free folk. And there are possibly hundreds of thousands of them formed into tribes, but generally considered to be lawless, disorganised, and leaderless. Until now. They follow the ways of the first men, the people who first came to Westeros 12,000 years ago from the eastern continent, which is of course where Dany is now building her strength. And the White Walkers? Well, they come from even further north, and all we know is that Craster sacrifices his infant sons to them, and that this is the first time they've shown themselves since a battle 8,000 years ago, where they were defeated by a legendary hero called Azor Ahai, who raised his fiery sword called Lightbringer, which has, of course, cropped up again recently in the hands of one Stannis Baratheon. But was it the real Lightbringer? And is he, as Melisandre claims, the reincarnation of Azor Ahai? Only time and George R.R. Martin can tell.
We're at war. We've always been at war. It's never going to end because we're not fighting an enemy. We're fighting the North, and it's not going anywhere.
So once more, Annabelle has been out haranguing people to find out if they could be a contender to be our Game of Thrones superfan. Annabelle, you've brought us fresh prey. Tell us about the performing monkey we have this week.
Well, you know how everybody probably has their favourite Game of Thrones quote? For me, I would say, "Do you think I'm plump?" Tyrion, of course. Big favourite of mine. You?
I'd go with there's no cure for being gay. I've forgotten the rest of it.
Some people could probably finish that and also do a lot more than that. One of those people is Henrik Hansen, superfan today, who claims that he can answer any question with a Game of Thrones quote.
Blessings of the seven on you, good folk.
When did you realise you had this gift?
10 years?
Yeah? Has it served you well?
It is known.
Do you have some questions?
Yeah, this claim is currently untested, but let's start with Henrik. What do you like doing in your spare time? What hobbies do you have?
Backstabbing and scheming and money grubbing.
It's a good start.
It is. What about Brad and Angelina? Do you think Jennifer Aniston should just let it go?
The whole kingdom is interested in your marriage.
Good. What do you think of the conflict in the Middle East?
Stick them with the pointy end.
Where should I take a lovely lady on a first date?
Oh, I had a remarkable journey. I off the edge of the wall. I slept in a sky cell. I fought with the hill tribes. So many adventures. So much to be thankful for.
That's what I'm going to do.
And I think we can leave that there. That was amazing. Thank you, Henrik.
And if you feel you have a gift like Henrik's, let us know about it. You could be our next Game of Thrones superfan. You can email us gameofthrones@sky.com. You can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Gemma Whelan, Yara Greyjoy, welcome to Thronecast.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I say Yara rather than Yara.
Yara, I think so. That's what I've been saying.
There seems to be a lot of conjecture about pronunciation in this show.
There is. A lot of people have, throughout sort of the episodes, there's sort of different pronunciations of things.
People take it very seriously.
Very seriously. Very serious.
So far in this season, we've talked to Maisie Williams, and we've talked to Sophie Turner, and then next week we've got Isaac Hempstead Wright.
Oh, Isaac.
Have you brought your mum with you? That seems to be a pattern.
I would love to. Is it an option to bring my mum? That would
Yeah,
have
of
been
course.
nice. She'd love it.
And what an entrance to a programme. We see you on horseback being interfered with by your brother. Now, was that method acting? Was that something you'd done in the past?
So I've drawn a lot of personal experience.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. But I think it did help having had an older brother, because I was very not in any. Oh God, start again. Because I was very manipulative and nasty to him as a child.
In what ways?
Just I used to maybe. He and I would be having supper, and I'd just poke him and keep poking him until he'd hit me, and then I'd tell my mum that he'd hit me.
Your hair is a lot less lank in real life.
It's a lot less lank, no grease in it.
So did you feel they uglied you up a little bit?
They just put mud on me. Well, it wasn't actually mud, it was this makeup I was sponged down with a little cold, wet sponge with dirt on it. And they put grease in my hair, and yeah, it was pretty glamorous.
Was that the most humiliating thing you had to do whilst filming?
So I didn't find it humiliating. I really enjoyed it. I like playing messy.
How often do you get to do it as a grown-up, right?
How often do you get all muddy and dirty? Yeah, exactly. So I enjoyed it.
And of course you played Alfie Allen's sister. How many of your friends made the Lily Allen joke then?
No one made a Lily Allen joke. No.
Really?
What's the Lily Allen joke?
No, just like I've got a new job and playing Alfie Allen's sister. What, Lily Allen? No one went for that.
No one went for it. Jeff, you're the first one.
You don't have cheap friends
We
who
heard it
go
here
for obvious
first.
jokes.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So did you know Alfie was in that role when you went for the audition? Did you know what you let yourself in for?
I didn't. When I heard about the audition, I'd been to a different audition, and Robert Stern from Nina Gold had been at that audition and had seen me for this different thing, and he said that I would probably be quite good for this other thing he was casting called Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I didn't know anything about it. And then I went the following week for my first audition, but I'd watched a little bit of it.
Right.
And seen little bits of Alfie and whatnot, but I didn't really know what I was getting into until I went to the first audition and realised just how exciting this could be, and then I really did a lot of homework for the recall.
And how is he? Is he a Hellraiser? Is he a modern day Peter O'Toole?
He likes to party, but he's just nice. He's a nice boy. We had a lot of fun.
So what did you have to do for the audition then?
I had to pretend I was. I'm not allowed to say. I was pleasuring a man.
Okay. Yeah.
On a chair.
But it seems very much like you're being groomed, almost like a son, really.
Yes, I see myself as the heir to the Iron Islands, and not me personally, Gemma Whelan, taking it that far. Yara,
nice though, right?
Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, and so because I'm the oldest surviving. I'm the oldest surviving daughter, I suppose, and I see myself as the heir. Theon's not around anymore, and when he comes back, there's no way I'm letting him.
It's a classic power struggle.
Yeah, but he's not coming back after 9 years. He hasn't put in the graft.
Exactly. And you can see the whole interview at sky.com/Game of Thrones. And while you're there, have a virtual grope around all the fine Game of Thrones goodies that the official purveyors of such things provide. And you'll get all sorts of useful background information too. And talking of useful background information, here are two people that live in the information hinterland. Not just the background, but the background's background. It's Elio and Linda from Westeros.org. Hello, you two.
Hi there, Jeff.
So first up, tell me about wildfire. Tyrion seems to really want some. What is it? Is it magical? Is there any science behind it? What's the story?
Well, in the real world, there was something called Greek fire that was used in warfare in the Middle Ages. Nasty burning substance. And in the novels, we have something that takes it a little bit further. There's this wildfire, this nasty green substance that burns on anything, metal, water, what have you. It's very difficult to put out once it starts burning. And it seems there is a magical property because they are claiming that it used to be more potent in the past when there were dragons around. And for some reason, it seems to be getting more potent again.
And who are these guys that know all about it then?
Well, in the novels they're called the pyromancers, or their more formal name is the Guild of Alchemists. And they are these people who, I think back in the day, they probably did all sorts of alchemy, you know, lead into gold and all those things. And every lord worth of salt used to have a pyromancer, but they've come on hard times. The maesters have displaced them. Everyone prefers these scientific gentlemen to these pyromancers. I think they've probably specialized, and they focus more and more on the one thing they can do with the maesters, though, which is to make wildfire. They keep the recipe really secret. And now, in this particular instance, they've become important. They've become useful to the Lannisters.
They were like the Colonel Sanders of their day, keeping the recipe secret.
Absolutely.
And one of them is played by Roy Dotrice, who I think people who know the audiobooks will know his voice very well. What can you tell us about him?
Well, he was actually cast in the first season as Maester Pichel, but health issues prevented him from taking part. So now they got him another role because they really wanted him involved. George has worked with him before on Beauty and the Beast, and he's a great actor, and they were definitely hoping to have him in there somewhere.
I would also say, but he recently got a Guinness Book of World Record entry for his audiobook reading, actually, for the most character voices done in a single audiobook, which was quite interesting.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for clearing all that up. If people want to find out more, they can, of course, go to your website, which is the epicenter of Game of Thrones online, westeros.org. Elio, Linda, thank you so much for talking to us again.
Our pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Right, we'll be back straight after next week's episode, which is called The Old Gods and the New. And this is exciting. Joining me here in the throne room will be Isaac Hempstead-Wright, the fellow what plays Bran. And as well as that, there'll be our usual highbrow intellectual interaction and dissection of the best blinking show on television. Now, like Renly Baratheon, that's your lot.